No, no, yo traer no me traje nada, corazón.
For the day.
Mira,
This is
en
September
eso estoy
16th,
pensando. Escuchame una
2014,
cosa,
at
voy a ver
least
lo que te saco mañana.
20:45 already
No,
on
si te
service.
saco,
I am feeling
no
really
creo, no, que
tired
no,
about
mañana no
trying
me lo
to
van a dar todo. Si no
run
te saco un poco
a
mañana.
day and just studies.
Sí, sí, sí,
Yes.
te saco.
Israel, Asia, Africa,
No, creo que
Polynesia,
sí.
and also Europe.
Bueno, yo lo que si te
I
seguro
had
que
a
me den
very
mañana,
turning this
creo
day
que
and
sí.
I'm feeling exhausted.
Espero a mañana
And
que es
having the
miércoles.
right
Si no hay lugar, llevártelo mañana te lo llevo el jueves. Si el jueves vuelvo a sacar, ¿me entendés? Yo veo mañana, yo te pido sacar todo. Si no me dan,
there are a couple of things
pido la mitad.
Say
Y si no me lo dan, pido la mitad.
further the enders
Es mamá,
of
lo que ellos no
Christ.
quieren, yo lo que te digo, ellos te administran la plata.
Really
Te la
a way
administran ellos, no
used to
quieren
be
que
at the
saques todo.
libraries for
Entonces si te saca, te lo van dando,
schizoid or
sí, pero es así,
psychotic
te lo van dando de a
symptoms,
poco.
and
Yo ya
far
me
away to
acostumbré,
be
yo nada
some
tengo,
class of a
ya
psychiatry
yo voy, lo que me jode a veces,
development for any class of a
vamos a...
diagnosticing knowledge to be about or asking
No, el
for
problema es
or
igual,
provoking,
vamos a hacer de que
which
te
is
hagan
like
firmar
a
el
very I
recibo
said
para
so
yo no
long,
tener que ir a la comisaría.
and especially
Eso es lo que vamos a hacer.
last
No,
days.
no, cuando hago gasto,
The misappropriating of the Christianism, thinking like the enemy of Adonai would see, they have the power, they have the authority in the world. This are exactly that saying. Is a hyena's starved for anything which moves and walks, to jump up and studies and watches and makes the whole of the and you think they are afraid. And they studies and watches and observes, and whenever comes the moment to be expectant, jump up, you have them alive, and there's no anymore, they are eating. So suddenly this is exactly temptation itself, sees Adonai, sees what gets cuts and says, I wanna be. So suddenly the reality of the forensics and the cycles of Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, oficialismo argentino, etc.
¿Quién va a ser? O de alguien que se lo olvidó, ¿viste? Por mía no, ya te digo.
I'm gonna have my career,
Cuando
my
abriste la
money,
cartera,
all my wish from this, my opportunity to grow.
Sí. Entonces es tuya, gorda, es tuya. Ahora
There's
sé
four
cuántos
that
años hace que estaba guardada ahí, te
government
acordás.
of the city of Buenos Aires of Alit and
Bueno,
Kuma,
viejita.
not here. And my worry
Pero
is
por ella tenía de hace mucho
the population
tiempo.
is being
Como no la
dragged.
usaba la cartera, la tendrías ahí guardada y no te
And
acordabas.
I'm not talking about
Debe
this.
ser eso, mamá.
We're having too much pain already.
Y
We
puede
have
ser de ahí.
too much
Puede ser
loss.
de ahí. ¿Te das cuenta?
We
Como no
have
lo
a
usaba
very
la cartera, quedó metida ahí adentro y nunca más se
not
supo.
good
Y ahora
ones.
queda vacía, te lo
We
sacaste
just
y apareció.
transited.
Y
We
sí,
just
otra
walked
cosa, otro razonamiento no hay. Bueno, corazón.
We
Ay,
have
fíjate la
steps
fecha, haceme acordar para
back.
fijarnos la fecha que cobras, porque ya
and we
te dio el
have
recibo
steps
nuevo.
forward.
Y
But most of the
me
steps
traje
back,
el viejo
we
y te
just
dejé el nuevo.
forwarded.
Así que
And
fíjate
we
la
put
fecha
them
que
in
cobras de
check.
vuelta.
The problem
¿Eh?
is whenever the
Bueno, un
weight
besito,
behind
hasta mañana, Mar.
on the left column
Claro,
is
mamá,
back off
porque
outside.
me ayudó el
Yes,
muchacho y
yeah.
lo sacamos. Ese es el recibo.
There's
Después
no place.
fíjate. Bueno, me parece bárbaro.
The clear of this, the reality of us,
Tampoco siempre haya problema.
the seconds
Bueno, hasta
breath,
mañana, corazón. Chao, chao.
the pains bleeded, the hazes at the walk, the cold of winter, the sun of the summer, and the search in front. There are a lot of ways to showing this up in Russian Christianism. But farther the soul is there are, and we have God. The reality of the soul and further my anger's vehemences, movements, wanting to exterminate. For the serious character of what we go through, for the serious us, each and all, every one of us, every one of us. to simply having a moment to epiphanically maybe, or simply sharply having an exercising of how possibility the whole week or two to be as how possibly this to be, because of we have so much information situation, we're not alone, people has them situations as well, own characters, own views, and not everybody can see the truth. So the whole of the chaos or simply confusions or suddenly some around that comes to be kind of the best everything can pick, maybe, or simply just hear, or only giving a door for them to come in. The reality is not easy, but even not impossible. The clearest is all the way, but the problem is the hazes of the suppressive, manipulative ways of our enemy, inflation wise. And much older. For the reality and for us and for everyone and for all the people, we still are, and we have a God in heaven. He's gonna be responsible, and he's gonna accomplish as his word means. And to us. The clear thing, I'm still suffering the same. I had a very special day, and the day we're filled with pain, and we have done what we were doing and never working in spite them. But seems to be the reality of these days is the most of the characters of all we suffer is exactly like I said so far. They are not giving in, they are not giving up. And they for words until they get what knows or get death. And I mean what I identified and expressed like scholar are a very outloud said ach ve'oma akhatzbe chosu. There are legions, and the legion term is not used for malach, which is angel, and the angel sounded holy from God under his command, malach. And the reality of the soul, and they are legions, behaves and acts and organizes with words and knows like God, legions, in the arts of the hell, legions, and promoting the hell, legions, abominable, existing, and abominable, making for abominable. And the problem is the hope of the our enemy is actually the whole of God he possesses with the most abominable, the generation it is, to the denigrate, tremble, and putting like clots and impossible to breathe, to what our mind created, to the bring him down and pretend his mind. That's the reason why United Objectives needs to come in for the putting down that line. Enemy is not available, but the problem is the ones that's first. And by doing this political determination with United Objectives, which is still for words and legacy, and make them so long, still for more, but any. And he says this and making the same thing and saying, Guillermo Brain se la hizo, Guillermo Brain le hizo todo, le sacó todo y lo demostró todo y nosotros ganamos, really. ¿Ganaste? La muerte eterna, y no hay ninguna otra cosa que te vas a gloriar. No hay gloria en ninguna mujer de nación, mujeres míos, y no la matarán. Y van a reconocer lo que significa la gloria de Dios, cuando entiendan que lo único que hicieron fue rezarse In the middle of this all, Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner kept on manipulating everything, and commanding to murder Jews, and commanding to murder Rabbi, and commanding to murder Israel, and commanding to murder justice parties, and commanding to kidnap people, and to make them the same old. And I'm gonna give you today what it was all here. I heard and understood. The communications, the talking to the people and telling the people because of this one cares, and the mother is sad, and pretends of holy, and he's a BF words. And chunky and degenerate and lives on stealing cell phones and androids and to evangelics, and we know this. We're only in the institutions until we can make and end the process. While as premeditated, because of there ain't process at all, but forgery and assembling and designing how credibly possible after everybody to be murdered. And saying, now we gotcha! Well, the certainly clear thing is civil population of Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, pieces of excrement, Argentina and UNASUR, are all around making a whole of the damages and destructions, and I cross them by all around with the burden of victims. Overtelling, there goes the sissy that the liars. Or, there says that he liars all the time, all the day liaring. And today, one telling to the doctor, which started to laugh in a subway airliner a couple of hours ago, which is simply, we're talking to Your Honor and telling about Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, the generate, and saying the arguments of Sodoma, Policía Federal Argentina, and Armed Forces, and Ejército Argentino, telling that I had to be recognizing what they says to be truth about I will be, like evangelics, telling that I do not recognize that I can be a homosexual, a degenerate, a chunky, a thief, forger, delirious, schizophrenic, demon, degenerate, whore, transvestite, dealer, terrorist. And because of I do not recognize what is not true, never will I won't be. They says they goes to rape kids, mothers, fathers, marriages, young ones, my friends, man, woman, and also dogs. And I to be the guilty of it, and also to murder them, and stealing them and making the whole invention saying, because of your government and we come in and he can recognize what we say, for Christ's sakes, terrorists. And of course. So the reality of the soul, part of my histrionic, and trying to diminish what in fact increases every day, except for my tiredness and stigma, and trying to give some respect to your owners. For the reason of this is a delegated thing, and I am sick of that. Not your owners. Exponents. Oficialism Argentina Kirchner, Sodoma, Policía Federal Argentina, Prefectura Nueva Argentina, Metropolitana, Sede, Ejército Argentino, Nueva Argentina, the few. Gendarmería Nacional, the few. Provincials, the few. And bodies. And United Evangelic. Sick of them. And nothing of God, them. And the mirror, espejito, espejito. ¿Quién es la más poderosa y bonita y preciosa de todas? La más deseada sobre todo el mundo. Sí, Evangélicos Unidos. Deflectivos, mentirosos, arrogantes, degenerados, pedantes, pedófilos, prostitutos, homosexuales, drogadictos, ladrones, asesinos, falsificadores, mentirosos, degenerados, prostitutos, genocidas, con el perdón de las víctimas muchos. Y todo lo que decís de mí, por los siglos lo llevas adentro, al infierno, donde van, será. The reality of the soul, for the name of an nine, I'm sorry, the victims, I'm serious, is exactly what we go through, and I'm sick of them. And the people that suffers also inside forces, which is every day, and all around, institutionally and civilly. So suddenly, the reality of this is Televisión Federal Argentina, Telefe, and Televisión Pública, Channel 7, National Television Argentina. suddenly we're making a very research about my person with Sodoma Policía Federal Argentina, the ones that says that I need medication and I live on the library, and I do all this as I do with the forgery on the hand and the head. Let's being delicated with the genitality of the hand to deliver at see, and I have the right, and here's his saliva. And the prostitutes, that glasses, oh yes, I see it, it's okay, don't you worry. Can I have some? ¿Verdad? Degenerados. And in the middle of this all, the bodies of Cristina Kirchner, which are this? Forgive me please, that word. And really rude. But it's real, textual, and some crows, the less roast. So, the reality of the soul delivers up to the fact that they were making some kind of manipulative, elementary briefs about my person, telling that I will be exactly what Sodoma, degenerados, Policía Federal Argentina, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Metropolitana de estos degenerados, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Policía de Seguridad Aeronáutica, Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, Aníbal Fernández, Borden, Amado Perú. And the whole officialism, presidents, and tribunales, 88 civil, 7th defensory, and pero salió del borda. Kidnapped, less humanity, invention, making up. Pero la madre dice, manipulated, inducted, delivered, abducted, yield for user and a family. Pero la Policía Federal Argentina lo mostró. Conscience about the forgery, the lies, and the degenerations because of Caravitán. Making 1 week each exhibition of the whole of the prostitutes and pedophilics like Rongo Zaffaroni y Presidencia Argentina oficialista de Cristina Fernández de Kirchner. Y pedófilos sodomitas degenerados, zoófilos, chiefs of Federal Police of Argentina, the ones of Metropolitana, and prefectures and city. And of course, United Evangelics telling all they say Carabí, and giving the explanation and the testifying about my supposed symptomatology and my supposed anything like they say done with assembling porn, forgery, all class in front and telling my mother to be a whore, and all of my friends to be whores, prostitutes, degenerates, homosexuals, in other terms. And also the mothers of my friends with Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, prostitute, saying, of course, I'm the president, I know this is so. I myself sent to research, raped, murdered, destroyed, with no invitation. Because of your son and the old Tata fell at our feet and they blowed us, so we are going to, saying that they makes the sex involver, but actually it's rape. And to you and to all of your family, so hang on. Of course. Policía Federal Argentina, expertos de Cristina Kirchner. Y toda la degeneración Fuerzas Armadas Argentina. Siempre. Permanente. So suddenly, Presidencia de la Nación, Argentina, started to making the advertisement with these prostitutes of the medios, Argentina, and associated, to producing this week of showing up my supposed delirious demon, all the time delirium, and my supposed sickness, and also my supposed supper nymph of the whole trouser come outside for me desperately with uncontrollably doing anything but serving my supposed irresistible character on the mitosis existence of my body, my person, for 9,000 me at the radius of 6,000 kilometers round with 914,804 men of whole nation, whole state, uniform, forces, officers, and militaries. And I will come at the end of the whole night that I done this, join mutagenically in one, and having the sacrifice, and I have the power now, I can do the super divine character upon the world to helping justice bodies and supposed accomplishment or complicity from my person. So the word, you will understand that after. At the reality that Evangelicas Unidas, on the market of the prostitution and brothels, the grand whore, upon my generation, and upon my person, delivers and develops, pretending to be the authorities of the heaven and the institutions for the God. The thing is that Telesur made them the same, and UNASUR over the whole of the states. 1 week showing the supposed IRB about these degenerates with the testimonies of these degenerates telling how ill, sick, pathological, psychopath, criminal, felony making a living off, and my disaster of a family and friends we will be, with a whole assembled porn on videos and every sick degenerate on the rapes of them, with the supposed faces of unsatiable mine, my mother's, my sisters, nieces, nephew, brother-in-law, and also rabbis, and also them families, which all premeditated for massive rape and murder. But Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, Aníbal Fernández, Presidencia de la Nación, Oficialismo, Argentina, federal jurisdiction, brothels, pretender of courts, with the burden of one, and instruction, examination, Argentina, with Rongo at the head, and Zaffaroni at the head of the whole intendants of Tribunales Argentina, which are all involved. All. And of course, the prostitution of Wegmeister, 88 National Civil, and the 7th Defensory changed her name 8 times to for wording saying that person never existed, this one is still Iris, and keeps on using inside the same name for the International Criminal Court, called now Marisa Davata, DNA 21,814,904, which were the person which were making leadershiping of the whole of the helping and assisting the raped people of the Argentinian Jewish population. Raped and murdered by its parties, which she, 7th Defensory of Minor and Capable, makes pedophilic with Sodoma, Policía Federal Argentina, PSA, Metropolitana, business. And not only pedophilic, but murder of kids with sale of organs of kids. And not only that, but also calling women and men with the bodies of her, which is the head of the whole of the Defensory of Incapable, says, disability. Saying women and men which denounces being raped and robbed and abused, and even families by Sodoma, Policía Federal Argentina, and expertises of Cristina Kirchner, with a whole conscience and intentional, like demons for medication and needing medication and delirium, whatever the invention of Cuerpo Médico Forense, and Gobierno de la Ciudad de Buenos Aires, and Gobierno de la República Argentina, medical councils, with Borda, Alvear, Argerich, Piñeiro, and the 3 which we have problems inside the Mexico. While cause also to murder people because of I'm saying what it is, and I show it. So suddenly I will be so delirious for Telefefa. Yeah, you are gonna understand the Telefefa brothel of Sodoma Federal, and Televisión Pública brothel of Pinky Whorehouse. Remember the Pink Panther show? Pinky Whorehouse, Valcarce Street 50, Buenos Aires. Amazing. The problem is Henry Mancini. I love you. Have a nice blessing. And also the production, what it used to be. That is not for BLYTT, and we gotta be careful about protecting kids. The single degenerates deaths are capable of anything, and anything they goes for. So, the certain truth and the clear thing. Keeps on making exactly the same on. Promoting and producing, I isolated, with no reaching, not a thing, at my door only what premeditates, using my mother saying, demon and chunky, you get accepted. And the forgeries on 98,204 cases of the signature of my mother, my sister Graciela, my sister Gloria, my sister Monica, my deceased brother-in-law Carlos, and my brother-in-law Eduardo, and also nieces and nephew, which says everything they said, and they signated, and also I, which no one ever been there, neither my friends which done the same to the mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, friends, and on and on and on. And Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner does this with Presidencia Argentina, Zaffaroni, Rongo, and a whole generation officialism. Crap, Argentina. Die Lothe Tajitamatu. The most ever glory. Ich moet leven zeggen, are lovingst than any other. No, never. Forever. And the reality is, at my door I will never receive the 9,114,204 that I will ever signate to giving back, saying I refuse this and I reject, I don't need nothing with them and I will never accept nothing on this. You can keep it all, right, Sodoma Federal? And your buddies, Sodoma Pedófilo, Aníbal Fernández. And in the middle of this, that number of credit cards, appointments for the International Criminal Court and International Court of Justice and justice bodies over the states of the United States of America, Canada, Spain, Italy, Swiss, Austria, Belgium, Lithuania, Ukraine, Romania, Germany, France. Should I give? UK, Sweden, Norway, Greece, even Mexico, even South Africa, even Marruecos, and even India, and even China, Korea, Malaysia, Japan, Indonesia, Thailand, Australia, but ICC even especially Israel, and Mr. President Barack Obama, Barack Obama, in the best efforts to try to control the damages and problems and trying to assess the situation where they can get out of here, which keeps me systemically kidnapped still with inventions and the generations for making the less humanity permanently still permanent and studies with United Evangelics brothers. So at the reality of the soul, the supposed hilarious of a person, supposed all imaginary pathologically, of course, at the reality of the soul delivers up to the clear thing at my door only will be blood, murdered and robbed, and only the Sodoma boner, forgive me the picture, for the day of already done to it. Degenerados, abominables, and that is the picture of this sick shit of Cristina Kirchner, officialism, and a whole shit Argentina of them. It's exactly this. And suddenly, forgive me please the words in the pictures, so rude, but so clear, so true. This is what I'm giving you, and forgive me your honors. לכל התחמפך חניך מלפך חדיש מות לבפך חם מלחמת יקיש בכל חנים אין בלפך מחציין ואכל התחמפ אל כיבש כוף לבך חדיקומות לך חמלספך לחיפו מלפך החצה שמות. And suddenly it were not easy, it were not nice, and there is a lot of people still under the rape and murder, and 2,100 families brought from all states of Venezuela, and also from EDR, which we are going to know as well clear. Still, this disgusting Kavle Bechel Khadi, which ain't know me, about Lefechum Lefech Shpochleis Basab, and we're saying all the afternoon that I were in jail detained. And satisfying the of the broken trousers of a simplicity of degenerates uniform playing government of the Argentinian rights to doing whatever they want to anybody and with everybody and what everybody belongs with. So the reality of this, telling that I never recorded what I already published at my Android for Justice Bodies, and even a series of photos that I made in with my Android Samsung Galaxy Chat B5330L in the same Centenary Park, Buenos Aires, for the same Justice Bodies, which they said, we done it first, we were at the Naval Hospital and we saw it inside the Assembly de Jari blowing all the men that had around our bodies. The same ones that I'm going to show you here. And with this, while kidnapping, raping, destroying mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, kids, pregnant, young family, young marriages, and friends, women and men of mine. And manipulating, destroying with the pack of witches, demons, degenerates, and the pack of rapists, Sodoma degenerados, and bodies. The expertises of Oficialismo Argentina, and Telefefa, Televisión Federal, en televisión pública, and the whole Kirchners, degenerados como todos ellos, all media, all institutions manipulating and suppressing and sending to murder and disappear people because of races against the government. You are not going to say nothing else about this government anymore. I'm offensed. You calumny me. You slander. So the reality is capital sentence is not going to be off. And the execution is going to be done. And the justice is going to happen sooner. So the reality of this all is exactly what I gave you. Mixing the ready and classic right? MDRDMCRBMPMCMK DTRDMCPTRMC 939138 BTMTTTRTC middle Gilco, it is KUILLKO, middle CIS, middle RDMTC F5444148, middle GASA, Tech, it is KHASSA, Tech, as the English word, .int, F7, always recall last key, and cleaner, last play, this is in Europe. Here's everything. Alejandro BLANCO REDEMI. This September 16th, 2014 still, 2109. Buenos Aires, Argentina, that's my address. I'm really tired. And the tiredness is really dangerous.